father and your being devil don't mean you ain't gonna get judged.
Right.
You see? That's what I'm saying. Esau doesn't get burnt up into the future.
Right.
But he got to stack them sins up to heaven, which is what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? And the scriptures talk about how he's gonna be in straits. You know?
Yep.
He gonna be able to fit. He go right when he feeling his belly, when he thinking it's all good, sudden destruction is gonna come on him. Go ahead.
Therefore, the heart of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil.
It's on everybody's mind. I'm gonna get me. I'm gonna do me. You know?
Set. That's why the Most High is gonna be justified when He brings the judgment, because you're gonna be fully set in your wickedness, man. Yeah. You're gonna be fully set in your pride. You know? Go ahead. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged.
That's what I'm saying. They just keep on and keep on and keep on. You know what I'm saying? I remember my brother used to say that shit in the world, man. I just love, the niggas bitches. He used to say that shit, bro. He used to say that. Go ahead.
Hey, and Apostle argued a lesson a couple days ago. He talked about a guy in the old school. He said it was a case of adultery that happened, and he said, they kind of just waved it off. But he said 2 or 3 years later, both of them died. The Lord, He don't got to judge you right then, man. That's the case for these people. It's gonna happen when they think, oh man, finally they really do it all the way. Most people, if I can say, they committing spiritual adultery or fornication. Right. You know, it ain't more so the physical. It's more people committing spiritual adultery, man. Especially Jake, into all of this idolatry, worshiping other gods, man. Go ahead.
Yeah, right, but when you look at it, that's what separates the elect from the rest of the people, because the elect know, like that. Before the elect make a move, they consider the Lord. They're like, nah.
Right. We look down at our fringes.
Right, right, because that's what the fringes were for. Yeah. Before in the ancient, at that time, Jake was going off so much, the Lord was like, well, put these dangling, fringes on your clothing, so that you can remember when you see it moving, you can remember, all right, not to do wrong. Well, now, all right, as we're walking in the Spirit, because that's what we're getting back into. As Adam, at the time of Adam, he didn't need fringes. Right. Before the fall, Adam, they were just walking in righteousness. That's what the sons of God were supposed to be. And that's what we're coming back into in these times, to where we don't need the playbook to know. Right. All right. Even certain women, like, because a lot of people think we're just a bunch of sex, crazed, horny MFers, right? But if anything, we turn down more box now with the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding we have. Right. We ain't just walking around this earth. Now we can, certain brothers, but now we consider before we act. We consider before we act.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, because a fine-ass woman can come up to you and be like, well, I'm talking to somebody. Now the angel, because she'll say, I'm just talking to somebody. We went out a few times. Well, you know what that means.
Yeah, this nigga swear that's what I'm saying. You telling me that you in a situation, but this nigga this nigga thinking you in possession.
Right. This nigga beat your ass and he saw us. Yeah, we ain't stopped together. Right? Is it walk up in the line? LaWanda?
Is there any man out there that's gonna see us together and start shooting? Man. That's what you need to ask these.
So what does that do? Us, now that we have this wisdom, we're able to make the decision that leads to life. That's what the scriptures say. The fear of the Lord, wherever it is present, it driveth away wrath. Wrath is coming to these people because they haven't considered.
Who did man foresee the evil?
Right.
And I'm gonna do me spirit is gonna come to a screeching halt.
Right.
Verse 12. Though a sinner do evil 100 times, and his days be prolonged, yet surely I know that it shall be well with them that fear the Lord, which fear before him. But it shall not be well with the wicked, neither shall he prolong his days, which are in the shadow. We talked about that besets of the time, because he feareth not before Yahweh.
That's the difference between the 2/3 and the 1/3. You got 2/3 of the nation of Israel. 2 out of every 3 Israelites is fully set in them to do wickedness. That's the way the Lord wrote the story.
Right.
You got the 1/3, like it says in Ezekiel 9, they're sighing and crying for the abomination.
Right.
There's a difference. These niggas see the wickedness going on in the world and they don't even bat an eye.
They don't bat an eye. But John Moran hold up a gun and they'll write the longest comment. They go on to their podcasts and they talk back and forth about that, which to hell with that little nigga. But this is the thing. look at all of the wickedness that's going on in the world, man.
It don't bother nobody.
The elites have hoarded all of the resources of the earth to themselves. Okay, things are getting significantly worse. Okay, again, as we always say, your children are being attacked with a satanic agenda. Okay, they're getting ready to tell you can't have this amount of meat and this and that, and track and trace your carbon footprint throughout the planet Earth, and nobody says a goddamn thing.
Nah.
That shows you that Esau got these people right where he wanted through subversion, witchcraft. That's why when you read Revelation, the 18th chapter, one of the things that Babylon the Great had in its possession was the souls of men. Okay? Through the news, through pseudoscience, through this false education system, through the fake food, people have literally lost their ability to reason. Like, and I've been looking at these people all week like, wow, you know?
It's astonishing, bro. It's astonishing the way, but that's what I'm saying, that the prophecy said that the pride was going to be that high. I mean, I was talking to the brothers on the polo earlier. I was like, bro, the Lord got us going into these lessons, going into the scriptures, going into different languages, going into the blue letter. We scrolling up and down, clicking on exactly what we clicked on to find it, and it still don't matter.
Right. Yeah.
And it still don't matter.
Right.
You see, but when we saw the same thing, when we saw the apostles and elders going into the scriptures, going into the different languages, going into the blue letter, scrolling up and down, showing us exactly where we found it, you know. And then after they did all that, they said, "Don't take my word for it. Go look for yourself." You know. You know. But then you got other groups, you know what I'm saying, that despise window shoppers. Go ahead.
Oh, that was it on there.
All right.
You got something?
Second Esdras, chapter 4, and I start at I start at 28. But as concerning the things wherefore thou askest me, I will tell thee, for the evil is sown, but the destruction thereof is not yet come.
That's what I'm saying. It's the evil is sown, but the destruction is not yet come. The Lord is letting it, he's literally letting it build up. Right. To the point to where it's justified. The flood was justified. Right. You know what I'm saying? This fire is going to be justified. We just read it in 2 Peter.
Right. Right. From the fall of Adam, all right, until the end of Babylon the Great was the time, all right, of decay. All right, and ultimately we had that 40 years of peace under Solomon. But notice Daniel gives you the prophecy of the 4 different empires, the 4 beasts that will rule up until the time of Yahweh's return. Okay, and Christians, people who believe in the Bible, don't give a damn about that. You would think that they would be like, well, what beast are we in now?
Right.
People don't give a damn about the kingdom of heaven coming. But they got the Bible in their hand.
Yep. And a sandwich in the oven.
And a sandwich in the oven. A bacon sandwich. Okay? A BLT.
Yeah, and the Lord said when he come back and you eating that, you're gonna be destroyed, man. You know? So he didn't clean it so you can eat it. I would say the Lord didn't make that sacrifice so that you could be worse.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. Yahweh was perfect in the law.
Right.
It said, you know, to have this mind in you, which he had.
Right.
But when you talk about keeping the law, statutes, commandments to the best of your ability, because we teach our people to keep the laws. Right. We're supposed to keep the laws. All right? But the thing is, we're no longer in bondage to that first covenant, which there's so many technicalities where we fall short. We need Yahweh Shai. Right. So this is why our ministry focuses more on faith in Yahweh Shai. Right. But with that, you got to walk in the spirit. Absolutely. Amongst this wicked and perverse generation, you got to shine as a light in the world through your walk, through who you are, through your speech, through your conduct. And this is a part of it, what we're doing.
Yeah, okay? The Lord had to die and be resurrected, but you don't gotta change nothing up. Right. That's not accurate. That's not what the scriptures are saying.
Show love by keeping the commandments, man.
Right.
That's right.
Yep. It says, if therefore, 2 Esdras 4:29, if therefore that which is sown be not turned upside down, and if the place where the evil is sown pass not away, then cannot it come, all right, that is which is sown with good.
How would I even say it? These things must be. You know what I'm saying? As much as our nerves get got on, at least we got the scriptures to comfort us. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't care how bad of a day you having, you know what I'm saying? A brother gonna post a precept or the spirit is just gonna come to you. You know what I'm saying? To where you can snap out of it. The rest of these people they just dealing, they languish.
because the vibration is an attack on the believers, man.
Right.
Every brother in a chat, you can feel like something's going on. Satan's turning it up. So you gotta have that medium. You gotta have that sure word of prophecy to comfort you. That's why the scriptures say, to you who are troubled, you rest here. You rest in the understanding that these wicked people, because there's a lot of wicked people doing wicked things to the believers, to brothers, to sisters. And in your mind, it'll seem like, God damn.
Right. Seems unfair, yeah.
It seems unfair, but you gotta go through this.
Right.
The scripture said it was good to me that I was afflicted, that I might take heed to thy commandments.
Right.
This fall was for you to appreciate what was good, righteousness.
Right. I want to say, can you imagine how Yahushua felt? You know, with all that he went through in his ministry?
He didn't sin.
He learned obedience.
You know?
Obedience.
That's right.
All right. It says, for the grain of evil seed have been sown in the heart of Adam from the beginning. And how much ungodliness had it brought up until this time? And how much shall it yet bring forth until the time of threshing come? And you know what? The fact that Adam and the sons of God ain't in their rightful estate and ruling, that's what's really leading to this decay. The world is in decay because the true rulers and leaders that the Lord set up to rule this vessel called planet Earth, all right, Aratazah, right? It's not being ran in perfection. It's not being ran by the right people. Therefore, you have decay, death, evil, wickedness, confusion. The number one institution to where a nation is supposed to flourish has been totally obliterated. What's that? Family. These are all of the things that we're now learning the importance of through this chastening.
Right.
You know?
The spirit is not upright in him that ruleth the land. So death is what thrives here. And hey, death is rewarded here. You know?
Right. Right. It says, ponder now by thyself how great fruit of wickedness the grain of evil seed hath brought forth. And when the ears shall be cut down, which are without number, and how great of a floor they shall fill. So a lot of death got to come.
All right.
Right?
Yeah, it's risen to a high level, but there's still a whole nother level of wickedness that's getting ready to show forth itself.
Right.
Okay?
Right. You're going to see men marrying elephants. All right? We're getting ready to see, and who's at the forefront of it? The powers that be.
Right.
All right? They're decriminalizing the pedo thing. Okay? They're telling you that you're no longer going to have access to food and meat. That's satanic. They're Peter rewrote the Genesis.
Right.
Peter rewrote the book of Genesis and made it vegan friendly. Meaning basically they're to the point where they're like, to hell with them. We don't give a damn.
Yep.
We're going to go as far as we can in evil, and that's what happened in Sodom and Gomorrah. So we're in the state of Lot where we have to live through this shit.
Yep.
Well, they're going to come against the prophets themselves.
Right.
They're going to touch the men that are the mouthpiece of the Heavenly Father. They're going to want to anyway. We're reaching that precipice, man. And you're already seeing the spiritual demon Satan work on guys like Nate from IUIC.
Yeah.
He's starting to get stirred up. Why? Because he's feeling the pressure of his weak-ass breakdowns.
Right.
He did that weak-ass breakdowns and he's butthurt because it was stupid. And anybody with 2 brain cells floating around in their head was like, hey, that's stupid.
And that's what's happening. He's getting emailed, he's getting pressured.
Yeah, and now he's mad.
And now he's mad. So his old ass is on social media talking about the apostle. Now you're 50-something years old on Instagram, posting videos from 2009, 8,
Yeah.
and that's what they always do. When they get caught out there, they automatically run back to the pedophilia. Look how crazy they are. But
hey.
we're at the time where they ain't gonna work on the elect.
Or maybe one of the apostles will put up one of your Vogue videos or something.
Right.
How about that?
Or maybe what's this dude Kanai stealing that damn money from the pocket?
Man.
Joy Morgan.
Yeah, where's she
R.I.P.
at?
Joy Morgan.
Or,
Brandon Jake.
Yeah.
Bringing those two individuals.
That's why I say, boy, stop.
Y'all don't have a clean slate.
He had the biggest NYPD cop hat
Right.
in the whole goddamn
Right.
group. How'd your hat look like Mario's hat?
Yeah, stop it, whisk ass dude.
Right.
So, no, but more importantly, that breakdown you did was stupid.
That's the
Right.
point.
And that's the thing. All those different things that been racked up, it's all about the doctrine, homie. It's all about the doctrine. I want to say, look,
Man, because you had a stupid breakdown.
you know what I'm saying?
Because the breakdown is
It was stupid.
Charagma. That's what I say, Charagma. physical thing, all these different things. All that ripping and running and wiggling around and all that, look, it's all about the doctrine. We're just going to stick strictly with doctrine.
Now, somebody get Revelation 1:1, because the new thing, now they brought out that we had the mark of the beast in slavery.
Through.
And it's just like, bro, what are you talking about? Like the mark of the beast been around. We didn't have that in slavery. They didn't even have that technology back then. From the first industrial revolution till now, marks this man's technology being what it is. Now they're coming into what? Their fourth industrial revolution. All right, to where human beings are getting ready to have to be merged with machine, with technology, and then to enter into the new world. Okay, and they put it on the money for a reason. Newick Conceptives, all right, the God has granted, who's their God? Satan. God has granted, all right, Nuevos Order Seclorum, granted us, all right, the go-ahead to establish a new secular order, a new world. And it's so funny that it's on the dollar, because that's what this system ends with the going away of that money. They're collapsing this system purposely right in front of you, all right, to bring about a new one. Yeah. And it couldn't be more clear what they're doing, man.
Yeah, the control of resources and how it's delineated is how you rule.
Right.
And they want to control all resources, from human resources all the way down to the last grain of salt on the planet Earth.
Right.
Controlling, look at the kingdom of heaven.
Right.
What is going to headline the kingdom of heaven? Dominating resources, dominating the world's resources.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And so on the left-hand side of it, it's going to be dominating resources on the left hand, man. Okay? Tangibly.
Yep, which is prophesied to be temporary.
Okay? Not no political and religious sin.
Right.
Sin been around.
Right.
Okay? That's not what the mark of the beast is talking about in Revelation, the 13th chapter.
Right.
It brings up the 17th chapter, which is stupid.
Right.
Keep saying that, man.
I'm talking about skipped over 14, 15.
It's okay. Listen, he can skip over it. It's a precept, right?
Yeah.
It's stupid. The breakdown was wrong.
That's it.
Okay? Wait, Revelation 1:1? Revelation chapter 1, verse 1, the revelation of Yahushua HaMashiach, which the Most High gave unto him, to show unto his servants things which must shortly come to pass.
Things which must shortly come to pass. So the things that are written about in the book of Revelation are things that from the point of the ancient Roman Empire, all right, to its fall, to its uprising again through the Renaissance, until the very end. Yeah. Sin has been around, we just read, since the time of Adam. Right. Adam and Eve sinned. Yeah. Adam received the commandments. He was the first to receive the breath of life. He was the first to go off. He's the Alpha and the Omega. Sin has been around since the beginning. Yeah. The charagma is something different, all right, that is based upon Revelation the 13th chapter, end time prophecy. Yeah. At the very end of the beast system.
He wants to talk about the horde that rideth upon the beast.
Right.
In Revelation the 17th chapter, and it's likened also in the book of Jeremiah and also in the book of Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter,
right,
about how the nations will drink down this wine.
Right.
How the nations will basically be complicit to the institutionalized like legislations, laws, right, the ways of this horde that rideth upon the beast.
Right.
Okay? And how they will be controlled. But how is that going to be dictated, watched? How is he going to be the God over it? The mark of the beast is going to allow him to have the technology and system to do that. Okay? It's the mark of the beast.
Right. Yep.
All right?
Yep.
The whole entire fucking system. And it's not going to just be attacking the prophets. The scripture says that he calls it all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond. All, everybody.
Yep.
Revelation 3 and 10, they talk about the whole world gonna have to deal with it.
Right.
Everybody gonna have to deal with it, man.
Right.
So when he try to cut and say they gonna be coming on this highway, where you preaching? Your bank account just went to zero because you brought out
the real understanding of John 3:16.
Yeah. You know.
Deducted. Damn.
And it's ironic because they call us bums, so that must mean we don't have the mark of the beast because they cut us off.
Right.
And y'all must have the mark of the beast because y'all got all the bread and the money.
Y'all gonna run into the empire, man.
Which is cute. We'll see how long that lasts when they start running all them goddamn taxes on your leadership, but you don't have them under control, running rampant all across the United States and the world. Money schemes and all this. They counting Esau counting every nickel.
Right.
Stupid ass
And
breakdown.
even if that don't happen, you wrong.
Yeah, exactly.
You wrong about the breakdown.
Right.
And see, and of course, Esau, no nigga ever goes untouched with Esau. When you go hand in hand with Esau, eventually you lose.
Yeah, you think he outsmart
All right,
Esau.
in the true church of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua didn't link itself to the Roman Empire. They met at each other's houses. They were underground. They were going out preaching, getting on the Roman Empire's nerves. They didn't have no set church or temple. Now, if that's what you want to do, cool. But the bottom line is to teach Israel that the only way to prosper the word of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is to link yourself to America is the wrong idea. Because a lot of you who are tied to that 501c3 and you've tied the doctrine and the gospel to it, eventually you're going to be used by the devil. Because right now, what's happening? Now, what did Biden just do? Biden just went to, what's that college?
Howard. It was
Howard.
HBL.
He went to Howard, right? And this nigga is just automatic. He's just talking about white supremacy groups. A couple of days later, white supremacists just marched. I forget where they were. They marching with all these masks on. Okay? So basically, when you look at what Esau's been doing, he's been calling out white supremacy. All right? But at the same time, they're saying all supremacist groups. Now, we know historically what white supremacists do, right? Hang, burn, shoot up churches, shoot up all kind of shit. They're going to be able to say that black supremacists are a threat just the same as white supremacists. All of these supremacy groups are becoming a terror, domestic terror, all right, to our enterprise. Okay? And then a persecution is getting railed up. Okay? On the left-hand side, they're getting ready to attack the prophets. Just like IUIC marched around, most likely they were told to do that. See, when you're tied to the 501c3, now if I'm wrong, hey, Yahweh Bashim forgive me, but a lot of things these camps do, they show up at these Black Lives Matter rallies and they make sure there's a camera there. They're told to be there because Esau is going to use them to paint that narrative, man, and to bring about that persecution. The first targets are going to be these jakes walking around America with fringes on. Their names have been entered into a database. So we're just warning, separate from this world, separate from this system, because this devil is leading you all into a snare. Okay?
I got one.
Jeremiah chapter 9, verse 3. And they bend their tongues like their bows for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth. Right. That's why you see these groups preparing to spit out slanders and lies. All right. And then why they can't answer the question, why is this digital technology being pushed so hard and is at the forefront of their agenda?
Right.
It's because it's in prophecies, bro.
Right. Right.
What you're saying is dumb. What we're saying is evident.
Right.
Okay? And you got a congregation of people that the women ain't gonna say nothing, but you probably got men up in there asking, like, well, for real though, like, you know?
Right.
So now you're going on your little slander campaign.
Right.
Okay?
Because the thing is, you mean to tell me John the Revelator somehow saw everything that we're living through, but that one aspect he ain't gonna mention it? Mm-hmm. He would mention it. It would be a part of it. Even if you're gonna say the MOTB ain't the chip, you would at least be condemning it.
Right.
You would at least be like, don't mess with that. There would be a harsh warning at least.
Yeah.
Because we ain't supposed to take this man's Christianity. Yeah. We ain't supposed to want to be like him. We can't sleep with his women. We can't do nothing dealing with Esau. Right? That's what they say. But when it comes with the Harat, the chip, there's just this nigga, y'all tripping. Shut up.
Like we're just ridiculously absurd.
They already in bed with him.
Like,
that's weird to me.
If you could be more objective and actually be like, you know what, I see why they would say this because this and this and this is happening.
Right.
No, but when you try to treat us like we're just being absurd,
right,
now you come under question.
Right.
Now your intelligence is actually being questioned.
Right. Especially when you've seen it progress over the years.
Yeah, your only response is, oh, they're bum rapists.
I have how many of them attacks?
Right? Instead of actual, you're supposed to be the hyper intellectual Nathaniel on your high horse.
Right.
But you can't objectively talk about the fact that there is this digital technology that's prevalent in society,
Right.
and it's increasing.
But he brings up the digital currency.
Right.
Yeah, how is that? That's what I'm saying.
So you think we're gonna have credit cards forever? Where's that digital currency eventually gonna
What
be
is it
leading
leading to?
What is it leading to? It's gradualism. And it's not like all over the certain parts of the earth they're not already implementing the charagma. Even Eve was on the video talking about I got my charagma. So this is the thing, Jake is going to be led astray by that because Jake is of the world, man.
Yeah.
Our people are very fleshly and carnal. That's why it's called the hour of temptation. So when this devil starts to tell them, look, the only way you can eat, the only way you can live is if you come up under this new system, Jake is going to have faith. So we're here preparing you, telling you, look, nigga, look.
Right.
The scriptures talks about a dumb dog. In Isaiah, we can get that.
Right.
Isaiah 50, finish that, what you
Yeah,
got.
real quick.
But a dog's supposed to bark, man.
That's right.
Caleb means what? Watchman. Dog. Go ahead.
Right. Jeremiah 9:3, and they bend their tongues like their bow for lies, but they are not valiant for the truth upon the earth, for they proceed from evil to evil, and they know not me, saith the Lord.
And this is talking about Israelites. That's right. So every Israelite that says Shalom or Shalom or who has a video or a platform ain't right.
That's right.
The new song will be sung in the latter days, but the scriptures talks about how there will be heresies as well amongst the 12 tribes of Israel. What is a heresy? Differences of opinions. So the Lord is allowing these differences of opinions so that those who have the truth will be made manifest to the congregation. And that the elect who have ears to hear can be like, okay, this is the way I need to walk in, man. So these things gotta happen. We don't care if y'all annoyed with it.
Bringing it out.
Our job is to be what? A living sacrifice. Even when it's annoying, we still gotta stick our neck out there and say something.
Fully sent for the defense of the
Right.
gospel.
Because we don't want any blood to be on our hand. Ultimately, man.
It says, take ye heed every one of his neighbor, and trust ye not in any brother. For every brother will utterly supplant, and every neighbor will walk with slander.
Right, especially when they start to get hundreds of thousands. Now I don't know how much money they got. I don't even care. All right, hey, good for you.
Yeah.
You got millions of dollars. Good for you. Have it. That ain't my. I don't give a damn about that.
But they got enough to keep the lot going.
Right. It don't matter to me. At the end of the day, your money, that's your business. This is the thing. When Jake get money and fame and praises of men, they have the tendency to get proud. We all have those demons, right? But to see, we know when to be like, all right, let me calm my ass down.
Gotta
But
get
when you wake up and you see, right, hundreds of thousands of dollars in your account, and you see that this is what happens to Jake on the left hand. You think Shaquille O'Neal and all these niggas, why they know what's going on? Why they haven't stopped? They winning. Then you start to feel yourself, you become more and more proud. You don't think the Lord will deal with you, and you start to look down on those who don't have what you have, even if they're telling you the truth. And that's why it's best to just remain lowly. Now, if you can get more, there ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yep.
If you can get more, but you always got to keep the fear of the Lord at the forefront of your mind, because this flesh is something else, man.
I mean, it's Sirach, just to add on your point, it talks about when a rich man speaks versus when a poor man speaks. And how when a man with wealth is speaking, everybody perks up. But if a poor man is speaking truth, he's kind of lambasted, right? And so they're using this slander against us to get people to not listen to us. Oh, look at what they're wearing. Oh, they don't have no money. They're bums.
Right.
Right?
Right.
But the truth is knocking at your door. And that's your problem. That's really why you're hurt. Because normally you would ignore us, but you can't, because the evidence of what's really going on is right there in your face. Nathaniel 7.
Yep. I got something.
Okay? I'm gonna finish this real quick. No, you know what? Make your point, bro.
This is Proverbs chapter 30, verse 8. It says, remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me. Lest I be full and deny thee and say, who is the Lord? Or lest I be poor and steal and take the name of the Most High in vain.
Yeah, man. So it talks about basically just having your daily bread and having a mindset of being content. All right? And so you know, going from one extreme to another can lead you into a bad ego. All right? And so money is a multiplier, the lack thereof or the abundance thereof. Money is a multiplier on a negative and positive side. If you have too little of it, it can be a magnifier. If you have too much of it, it can be a magnifier. Okay? It's going to magnify the thoughts and intents that's really in your belly or in your heart or in your mind. What's at the forefront of who you really want to represent or purport yourself to be. Because you'll have a person that's really, really poor that's like, I don't deserve this. And then you have a person that's really rich that's like, I deserve to have it all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Because you'll start to get the praises of men, and you'll be like, I am so fucking blessed.
Right.
Like sometimes you get
Right.
comments, you be like, man, the Lord working with me, man. But you got to catch yourself.
Right.
So
Right.
imagine them comments times of hundreds of thousands, and then you look at your account and you see more than 120,000. You see a million. You and real quick, and people screaming when you pull up. That's dangerous. See, we now under Yahweh, when Yahweh returns, that's how we're gonna be. Everywhere we go on the planet Earth, the elect. We ain't saying ultimately it's wicked for people to love you, but to put you before you on Yahweh's Passover, to make it about you, and you come in on a horse, which okay, you rode the horse. But the thing is, you tried to say Yahweh Shai was on a high horse when he came. Yahweh Shai came on a mule, man. Which ultimately, amongst the ancient, that was looked at as ultimately an act of humility. To ride a pinto, right? Right. That 93 Camry.
That's right.
That's what Yahweh Shai pulled up in.
That's right. Yeah, the 85 Ford.
Right. See, Yahweh Shai is going to be on a high horse when he comes on a chariot, but when he came as a man, he didn't do anything extra because he was about his father's business. Because Yahweh Shai knew and understood what he was going to have to go through.
Well, he was trying to send the message of, I'm gonna let the works speak and not me.
Right.
I'm not shining. The works that how was put inside of me is what's shining.
Somebody get that simplicity.
He earned the right to come back on that high horse now. Okay, it's about Yahweh Shai right now, and what we're doing, we're working to earn that right to come in on a high horse later. But right now, it's about Yahweh Shai.
Right.
Yahweh Shai put his work in, and he earned that right.
Right. This is Sirach 20 and 29. Presents and gifts blind the eyes of the wise, and stop up his mouth that he cannot reprove.
And a lot of the presents and gifts that these guys are getting are from Esau. Their government grants, their programs that they have to go and do contracts and deals with. You know, all of this. You know, and they're doing all these religious programs to receive more and more grant money, and they're getting puffed up thinking that they really Most High's dealing with us.
Right.
You know, you breaking down scriptures wrong, dumbass breakdowns that don't make sense when you actually cross-examine it. But you don't have nobody there that's willing to cross-examine it. You're a body bag, you stupid Negro. How simple can you be? Too grown to be that damn dumb. Okay? And the Most High's gonna really show you body bags in that time, man.
Right.
Okay? And then you know, for me right now, I'm just like, you know what? You want to come at the apostle? I'm, you know, my spirit's like, fuck you, man. You know. So I make my forehead harder against y'all forehead. I don't care, man. We gonna speak the truth.
That's right. Right. But we say on the video, we know what's coming next.
Yeah.
Slander. Now Nathaniel 7 is on Instagram, posting about the apostle, talking about leave GMS, and it's nothing but proud ass women in the comments talking shit.
Yeah.
But see, behind closed doors, he's getting those emails. He's agitated.
He's irritated.
It's a thorn in his side, and that's what the prophets have always been to the leadership of Israel. They always was focused on what they wanted to do, but the prophets always came like, no, it ain't gonna happen like that. They're gonna lose.
Oh, so you just gonna chill while we build,
Right.
right? That's scriptural, man.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
Me too.
Look at that in Isaiah. Isaiah. No, we'll get that next.
You had a precept or something?
Con. You got it. Just going into the point about the money thing. Proverbs 30:8. Remove far from me vanity and lies. Give me neither poverty nor riches.
Lord wanted to come out again. Give me neither poverty nor riches. This is what you pray to the Lord. You don't want to pray to the Lord, make me super rich.
Right.
Because the Lord, man, you'll get lazy, you'll get proud. I don't want that type of attention. I don't want that type of money. I want to just remain. I just want to just take care of me. Give me, vision. Keep reading.
Con. It says, give me neither poverty nor riches. Feed me with food convenient for me.
Right, because this system is getting ready to be destroyed anyway. Right. They're going to collapse this system. So if you got a whole bunch of money, right, All right, let's say you are able to switch digital for a time, you'll be able to be good. But as they clamp down and bring about that system,
That's it.
what you gonna have to do to keep those riches? So I'd rather be where I am, to where, you know, I got a support system, I got daily bread. Now I do wish sometimes I was freed up more to do the work, but at the end of the day, the Lord got us where He has us, and that's the prayer. Give me neither poverty, because you don't want to be destitute and destroyed out here, you know, begging, and all right. But you don't want to also you don't want to be on the other extreme, walking around like Puff Daddy, where you don't think nothing can touch you. And I'm talking about Nate when I say Puff Daddy.
Yeah, he got that fuck that.
All right. And there's nothing wrong. Hey, money is a defense, but we just understand where we are. This is a wicked system to where money is going to be used as a snare.
Love of money.
See, the elect are preparing to separate from this system.
Yeah, the way you gotta, what you have to do in order to get hundreds of millions of dollars is a huge snare in this society, man. You have to tie yourself to so many different institutions and this and that, you know? Yep. Esau paperwork.
Esau paperwork.
You really do, man. And Esau has it locked down on it. You ain't just sneaking through the back door.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
You come up on a little bit of a bag. Don't get it twisted, man. Ain't nothing wrong with getting a bag. Brother, do certain things, you might real estate, whatever.
There's nothing
doing
wrong
your
with that.
thing. But to get up there to that, to where you hitting hundreds, you linked in, bro. You linked in. And even if you don't even sell your soul, you just tied into some shit, bro. You tied into some where you can't. Now they get to dictate what you're doing. Now they get to have a say.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And we see it all the time with these entertainers and sports players.
Well, just like the thing, the institution of marriage, when you go and link yourself to a contract via the state, they now have
now
a
they
say
got
on
to
your
say
marriage.
in your marriage. Yeah.
You see, they're pushing. That's another lie that they're pushing. Is that we had a marriage certificate. Now, if that's what you do with your wife, that's your business at the end of the day. But when we're bringing up the truth of the Bible, we didn't go to the state of Egypt, to the state of Assyria, Rome, to get a marriage certificate.
Yeah.
Now, things were put in writing, because let's say a father, all right, is giving his daughter, I'm giving my daughter to this brother's son. All right, if I know he got an inheritance, within the contract, I may be like, well, okay, well, what if they divorce? Could she at least have enough to take care of herself? The father is going to negotiate for his daughter. What if she's a widow? All right, and you put in writing what happens if this happens? What happens if that happens? What if it's a daughter who received an inheritance from her father who didn't have a son?
Right.
Okay, all of this matters. So these things is what will be put in writing, but sex consummated the marriage. Along with the token of virginity, they're ashamed to tell Israel that. To the point where they're just ignoring it and telling you, no, you gotta have a marriage certificate, paperwork part. And then they go to Tobit, and when you keep reading, they went to the chamber. They went to the room after they wrote all of the agreement down. They had to go and consummate the marriage, man. So when we're saying sex is marriage, we understand order was in marriage.
But it ain't what you talking about.
But it ain't what you talking about, man.
Wrong again.
Wrong again.
Another stupid breakdown.
Telling your congregation they have to change their last name to Ben Israel, according to Isaiah the 44th chapter. Another lie, man. So do you think the Lord is just going to sit back and allow you to put the children of Israel in another type of bondage, and He ain't going to have nothing said by His prophets?
I got a quick read.
Yep. Go ahead.
2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 2, I'm going to read it in NLT. It says, it said, for people will love only themselves and their money. They will be boastful and proud, scoffing at the Most High, scoffing at His name, scoffing at Yahweh Hashem Yahushua.
Openly. I score when I hear the name Yahweh Yahushua.
Mm-hmm. Disobedient to their parents, which Pastor Harsh taught you, okay? And ungrateful for those who taught you and raised you up in this truth, man. Okay? They will consider nothing sacred. They will be unloving and unforgiving. They will slander others and have no self-control. They will be cruel and hate what is good. They will betray their friends, be reckless, be puffed up with pride, and love pleasure rather than the Most High. They will act religious, but they will reject the power that could make them godly. Stay away from people like that.
Stay away from them.
They are the kind who work their ways into people's homes and win the confidence of vulnerable women who are burdened with the guilt of sin.
They win the confidence of vulnerable women
Who are
right?
burdened with the guilt of sin and controlled by various desires.
Right.
Is this not what's happening? Such women are forever following new teachings, but they are never able to understand the truth.
Right.
Okay? You see, this is what happens, man. And this is what's happening when that pride rises up in an organization. You bolstering, you catering towards women's sentiment to gather on more numbers and get more tithe money. All right? And then you just start breaking stuff down wrong, especially concerning the MOTB. Okay? Anyway.
This is Isaiah 56:10 in the NLT. It says, "For the leaders of my people, the Lord's watchmen, his shepherds, are blind and ignorant. They are like silent watchdogs that give no warning when danger comes."
Silent watchdog. All right, here it is. The thief that came into the house, made a sandwich. He watching the Knicks highlights,
Right.
and the dog just sitting there like, yeah.
Look at that.
He rubbing the dog, right?
Right.
He feeding the last of the sandwich, and then he'd steal your watch and every goddamn thing else. All right, and leave. Now, when you look at the tape, you're gonna be like, wait a minute. I didn't buy your ass to just sit there. What are you doing?
Yeah, it's a dog, man.
You're gonna be mad as hell. Your dog should have barked. Your dog should have tried to protect your interests, man.
Right.
Do something. Nigga, you ain't gonna growl.
I'm saying, and then the way the dogs can hear and smell and all these different things and sense danger, you just ain't gonna do nothing.
Right, and then you're gonna say that Esau is gonna try to tempt Israel by giving them digital currency. Okay, and then what? And then what? Because we're using money now. There's gonna be a point. We may be able to wiggle around with the digital currency. That's not gonna be a sin. That's not going off.
Yeah.
The temptation is going to come where you're going to have a choice, all right, to accept persecution or the oath that you're going to have to take to enter into the NWO. It's an oath. That digital all, which is going to what? Identify you into the new world.
Their world.
To their world. It's a new world. And people think, oh, they're just talking a new world, oh, it's another government. No, these niggas are talking about a new way of life,
Right.
a new man, new human beings. Where, what does Klaus Schwab say? The people change. In the fourth industrial revolution, the people change. Not the world changes, but yeah, people change. What the hell you think he mean?
He ain't playing. Do y'all think Esau playing? Where has Esau been playing with his crazy shit that he been doing? He didn't stop. He made a bomb that'll blow up everything. You think he gonna stop? It is not ridiculous to him to chip you. To him, that makes sense.
Right. His soul, which is lifted up, is not upright in him. But the just shall live by his faith. And you got Jake coming onto the comment board talking about we need to focus on keeping the commandments. Well, you gonna have to keep the commandments when he come with that too. Not bound to be to the image of Baal ultimately is fulfills keeping the commandment. It's deeper than just not eating pork. That's a beautiful thing that Jake has repented and they're keeping the laws to the best of their ability. But we're not saved by the law. You're justified by faith. You're going to have to show an act of faith when they come down hard. All right, when the Frenches ain't going to save you in that day. Okay, you're going to need a mind to say, no, I'm going to suffer with the Lord. They love not their lives unto death.
Right. We saw Jake crack
With the,
with the jab.
the juice, call it juice.
With the juice. Oh yeah, they done caught up to that. Huh?
Yeah.
You know, lines up taking selfies. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's an Elamite with that R. Kelly headset right now. Oh,
Yeah. Oh yeah.
with the long microphone. Oh yeah. The algorithm. Go ahead. Start over.
This is Isaiah 56:10 in the NLT. It says, "For the leaders of my people, the Lord's watchmen, his shepherds are blind and ignorant. They are like silent watchdogs that give no warning when danger comes."
They give no warning when danger comes. Now you're forced to bring out. Remember one of the videos, he was like, yeah, they might bring a chip. Now he's instituted the CBDC, All right, but ultimately you're not dealing with this world that's being set up. It's very, very important that we warn against it.
And
The
we
new
remember,
song. Right.
y'all said it was an embargo,
Yeah.
sanctions,
Christianity.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, it's been a remix.
The more they change it, the more it stay the same.
Pledging allegiance to his military.
Okay, y'all been switching it up every 4 or 5 years, man.
You see what your action is in your hand, brother, and it's in your mind. It's because it's what you're thinking about, and you move forth with the action. Shut up.
Right here.
Like, bro, no.
That ain't it.
It's different every time you bring it up, bro. That's how you know it ain't no free will. They can't help themselves. Just say, don't ask me no more.
And the scriptures do.
And keep it moving.
And the scriptures do speak to what you do with your hands, in your works, in your mind. But the MOTB ain't talking about
They
that.
ain't talking about
That's what I'm saying. When you dig into it, look up the words, that's what I'm saying. It's being shown.
He's seeing what we're going through.
Right.
John the Revelator is looking, that vision he received is chapter 13, the plan to bring the Quran.
Right.
14, the prophets telling you, hell no, don't take it. And 15, victory over it.
That's right.
So you mean to tell me John at no point saw the Quran? That's what you're telling your congregation?
Yeah.
You're not willing to at least be honest enough to just say, look, all of this shit that we see, John saw it.
It was political and religious sin, and he didn't just want to say that. He went through all this allegorical. No, man. Incorrect.
That's Hebrew hopscotch. That's some Hebrew hopscotch. All right. It says they are like silent watchdogs that give no warning when danger comes.
Yep.
They love to lie around sleeping and dreaming.
Sleeping and dreaming, playing games, doing skits, whack-ass skits. Y'all could have called me to help with the skit at least. God damn, be funny if you're gonna go there, man.
Go there, go
I hate
hard.
whack skits, man. That was what I wanted to do before I came to the truth.
Right.
You see y'all just to use it. Come on, bro. Stop.
I mean, man, it's
It was whack, man. It's like, come on, man. Y'all too old for this. Okay, go ahead.
Verse 11. Like greedy dogs, they are never satisfied. They are ignorant shepherds, all following their own path and intent on personal gain.
Following their own path, all right? You got ISUPK telling you John the Baptist wasn't in the truth. Now, I was reading John the 3rd chapter yesterday, and it gives you John's final message when you read it. I'm going to do a lesson on it. How you going to say that man wasn't in the truth after reading that? John the Baptist's final message when you read John the 3rd chapter, like, whoa. There was some heavy words he left behind. And what he was speaking to was reverence of Yahweh Shai, man. That was a man of the Lord, man. His course wasn't to follow the Lord. His course was to prepare the way.
Right. They don't say he died in the truth and his works followed.
But again, they'll say that, and a nigga will come the next week asking for more. I want more of that truth.
Bro, they locked him up and chopped his head off. What you mean he fell out the truth? What did they lock him up and chop his head off for?
Right.
Golly, man.
You know why they did? Because he was cursing out Amalek.
Come on now.
Because one of the Herodian dynasty, the Herod of that time, all right, basically slept with his sister, his brother's wife. Salaki, he slept with his brother's wife, and John the Baptist was like, nigga, the same thing we're doing. You ain't the Jew, because that's what that line was saying.
Right.
The Herodian dynasty was saying, we're the king of the Jews. So he's like, wait a minute, just like us. He's like, John the Baptist was like, wait a minute, how are you supposed to be the JEW and this is what you're doing? The same thing we're doing. You off. And that led to him, what? Getting his head chopped off, man. You gonna tell me that man wasn't in the truth? But again, they're all going their own. Read that part again. They go their own way. And then somebody get Ezekiel 34.
Isaiah 56 and 11 in the NLT. Like greedy dogs, they are never satisfied.
Right.
They are ignorant shepherds, all following their own path
Right.
and intent on personal gain.
Right, intent on personal gain, and to the point where your followers are now telling us, F the chip, stop talking about the mark, when that's the center point of what we're going to get victory over. That's a part of what we're going to get victory over. The beast, his image, and his character.
Check out verse 12. It says, come, they say, let's get some wine and have a party. Let's all get drunk. Then tomorrow we'll do it again.
We'll do it again.
And have an even bigger party.
Right, y'all gonna die with those red cups, man.
Run it back.
All right, jumping around, where your videos at? Don't get it twisted. We're gonna have a ball in the kingdom. Ain't nothing wrong with mirth. See, they think what we're saying is mirth is evil and wicked. You can't have fun. You just gotta sit around all goddamn day,
angry and
growling at pigeons, and
Broken angry.
broke and angry, knocking over the spaghetti your woman cooked. No, that ain't what we saying, man. All right, but the bottom line is, it's all predicated upon the time. Somebody get Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, real quick. Timing is everything, man. We're not in the time for that. And as a spiritual man using discernment, you're supposed to discern the time. Just like when you came home and your dad was in a particular mood, you knew, all right, let me leave him alone. Okay? Go ahead. You got to know how to read the room.
Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verse 1. To everything there is a season, and a time to every purpose under the heaven.
Right.
A time to be born, and a time to die. A time to plant, and a time to pluck up that which is planted.
Right. We're in the time where America's getting plucked up. Go ahead.
A time to kill, and a time to heal.
Go ahead.
A time to break down, and a time to build up.
Right.
A time to weep, and a time to laugh.
A time to weep and a time to laugh. What's happening in the world ain't no laughing matter. Now we get amongst each other. Of course, we're Israelites. We gonna have fun after we do the work. Some music may come on. We eat, we cook. But the focal point of where we are here ain't no goddamn game.
Crying out.
We're crying out to the Lord. This is serious business. The food that we eat, we don't know what's in it. The enemy, Esau Edom, the one who said, I'm going to kill Jacob because he got this blessing. Now he runs the world. And he's plotting and scheming every day on how to separate you from your power, man. So this ain't no laughing matter. This is not a time for pushing the vibration of mirth. Especially on a holy day, which we have holy days where you can have fun. But a holy day like the Passover, the Lord wasn't playing on that day. He knew what he was getting ready to go through. He knew he was going to be betrayed. He knew he had to give himself up as a sacrifice to the point. He was like, Lord, is there another way? Knowing that you had to go through something like that, who would be your mindset during that time? Would you be partying and mirth? He was snapping on his men. Right. He was irritable. He was like, basically, y'all couldn't stay up with me, man? Fuck it, man. I'll go back, you know? Yeah. He was mad.
Moses and Aaron wasn't playing. Yeah. That was serious business. You see? That's what I'm saying, man. And then when they do reach for a so-called positive Passover, you're missing the whole point.
Well, Hezekiah is not the author or finisher of your faith.
You know?
And there's a reason why they were so happy at that time. All right? But the bottom line is, we pattern our Passover after Yahweh's, man. Of course, we can go to points in the scriptures and say, well, look, they were doing this. What is the end all be all? Who's the author and finisher of your faith? Yahweh, man. Put this, let this mind be in you, which was in Yahweh. We're going to get the simplicity in Yahweh. Go ahead.
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
Right.
A time
to mourn and a time to dance. Jake wants to do the Cupid shuffle, all right, and the Hebrew hop at the Passover and record it. You would think Jake would have enough shame to be like, well, we just gonna keep niggas, we gonna have this fun between ourselves. Right. But no, Jake is putting it out there and doing fashion shows and then telling you this is what the Lord is about. So there has to be an opposing voice against these things. Keep going.
The discipline is in the doctrine, man.
Right.
All right. We're being discipled to come into the glory of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh. The discipline is in the doctrine.
Right.
And so we have to have there has to be a level of urgency that we push out to the congregation. We're the leaders, right? The preachers are the leaders, are the ones that are setting the tone for the rest of the congregation. What tone are you setting, man? Okay?
Yep.
And the tone should be, hey, get into the word, man. And when you learn that word, preach the word. Confess Yahweh Shem Yahweh, or do your job. Really.
You only serious
do
about
your job. What is your job in this body? Figure it out and do it. Right. More. Okay?
Where your fringes at? Make sure you got your fringes. If you don't got your fringes, the Lord gonna kill you. But you got your fringes on doing whatever the hell.
I mean, there's people who are with that mindset right now that I don't have my fringes on, when the Lord returns, I'm not gonna be saved.
Yeah, like you lying and being a demon ain't got nothing to do with it.
Yep, keep going.
Verse 5. A time to cast away stones, and a time to gather stones together. A time to embrace, and a time to refrain from embracing.
Right, you're supposed to, now we're in a time to refrain from embracing the marriage, man. Go ahead.
A time to get, and a time to lose. A time to keep, and a time to cast away.
We're losing our life.
We got to lose our lives.
You're losing your life here. At least you be snared by thorns. All right. At least you be choked by the stony ground.
What's that scripture? The affairs of this world or something? Choke out something.
Yeah.
Get,
Well, that's one important.
Get 18 and 8:5. Ecclesiastes 8:5.
Verse 7. A time to rend, and a time to sow. A time to keep silence, and a time to speak.
Right. So there's a time for every purpose. Now Ecclesiastes 8:5.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 5. Whoso keepeth the commandment shall feel no evil thing, and a wise man's heart discerneth both time and judgment.
So a wise man's mind is discerning the times.
Yep.
So we can clearly look out into the world and see this ain't a time of mirth. It ain't the time to push a mirth-filled spirit on Israel. It's because Israel has mastered jumping up and down. Israel has mastered freestyling, doing the line dance. Israel has mastered. The thing that Israel hasn't mastered is fearing the Lord. So we're through the terror of the Lord, we persuade men because it tells you what's going to happen if you bow your knee to the image of Baal and take that damn Quran. Go ahead.
Because to every purpose there is time and judgment, therefore the misery of man is great upon him.
Oh, this is 2 Timothy 2, and I'll start at 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh. No man that warreth entangles himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who have chosen him to be a son of God. Yeah, so us being in this spiritual fight, man, we're not going to be in the spirit of mirth. We're talking about in the time and season for everything under heaven, right? Right now, we're supposed to be locked into the mission and watching for the prophecies to come to pass. And you're showing the main prophecy away. So right now, I always say this, you're sending the congregation into a battle with a dull sword. All the people in your congregation are ill-equipped to deal with the times that's coming. And that's on you. So it's right there, Ezekiel, the 3rd chapter. You're going to have blood on your hands.
Matthew 13:22. He also that receiveth seed among the thorns is he that heareth the word, and the care of this world and the deceitfulness of riches choke the word, and he becometh unfruitful.
Right. Right. And there's a lot of Israelites that don't even have riches. All right, but they've been following these high-minded jakes. There's going to come a point to where they're going to be like, I didn't sign up for this.
Right. I don't know the pain.
If you're not fully rooted in this thing, when it comes down to the get down, you're going to tell the Lord, I didn't sign up for this shit. That's too much. I don't deserve this. They weren't properly prepared and warned because Egypt was the same way. Did not we have to go into the wilderness to get Egypt out of our system before we entered into the promised land? Well, this is like unto a spiritual wilderness, man. In the sense that the Lord has given us this grace period to ultimately get that wicked, those demons that was on us, purge them out.
It's a detox.
Yeah.
This grace period is a detox from the bullshit.
You gotta know, man.
Why in this world we keep talking about that?
Yeah, man. Because look, me personally, I like nice stuff.
Right.
I'm an uppity Negro.
Yeah.
Really know. But when it's time to get grimy, I'm right there in the pit with you.
A base and a bound, baby.
You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. You can't be so attached to this place to where you, in your mind, you can be like, look, I want to be all right, whatever, most high, you know. I be praying all the brothers, especially the apostles and everybody, man. Most high take care of everybody, man. And when we can just make it, get up out of here. You know? But the scripture said we're going to be chastised. And how that comes along and what happens, We just got to be prepared and know that the Most High is faithful if we endure it to the end.
Right. It's gonna take faith.
Okay.
Revelation 12:11. And they overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony, and they loved not their lives unto the death.
That gotta apply to somebody, man. That's great. I would say that's a lot that was written for somebody to fulfill, man. You see? And when you look at this, I would say when you understand what pleases the Heavenly Father and what pisses him off, you know, and then you looking at the world for what it is, when you standing upon your watch, you see these things. It's a reason why Lot was vexed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man.
And just to address something that's on the comment board, no one that we have never taught that the MOTB was a barcode tag. Never.
Right.
So I don't know what you trying to, what you saying, or where you pulled that out of your ass from.
Right.
All right, but you can go over there with IUIC with that bullshit.
Right. Now, when you deal with child side stigma, that's ultimately their plan is to make you a trackable, traceable device. That's really what they want to do. All right, but we ain't teach. When do we teach that?
Never said that.
Right.
You take that simplicity somewhere else, man. I'm not gonna block you, but you close. Good job.
Well, what do you think it is? What is the MOTB to you? Put it on the comment board. What do you think it is? Hopefully he answers. Go ahead. Ultimately, that's what it's gonna make you.
Right.
You're gonna be a trackable, traceable. Look at E.
You're gonna be the QR. You're gonna be a QR code.
You're gonna be a QR
You're gonna
code.
be a walking, talking QR code, essentially.
Right.
Okay. That's what you're gonna
That's
be.
what they want. For you to be a scannable device. What's going on with that? Triple?
No, I was just reading the comment board.
Ezekiel chapter 34, verse 1, and the word of the Lord came unto me, saying, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. Prophesy and say unto them,
Right.
Thus saith the Lord power.
Prophesy against them. That's what Ezekiel was sent to do. Because what was coming at the time of Ezekiel? The siege of the Babylonians, the siege of the temple, man. And the leadership, somebody get, real quick before you read that, get Ezekiel 11. Let's read about the mindset of the leaders at that time. Started around like 2 or 3.
Ezekiel 11:2. It says, Then said he unto me, Son of man, these are the men that devise mischief and give wicked counsel in this city,
So there were men, leaders, giving wicked counsel in the city. Go ahead.
which say, It is not near. Let us build houses.
Right, it is not near. So Ezekiel and Jeremiah's back in Jerusalem, warning, okay? All right, he's amongst the captives in Babylon. And amongst that, there was a region where Jacob was scattered. They settled in this particular place. It was by the water. And Ezekiel's teaching, like, the Lord sent him, like, look, he took his glory from his presence from over the temple, and he brought it over. Ezekiel was like, look, you go warn them, I'm going to destroy this. I'm going to take my protection away from this temple, and I'm going to warn them. Synonymously, the leaders was like, nigga, no. We good. We good, nigga. We good. All right? Look, we're going to build. We're going to build a school here. We're going to do this. We're going to do that.
Why? Because they was receiving of the people. Right. Just like it's gonna say here.
Right.
So, you know, but they was through. People like the prophets was like, nah.
Nah. So the prophets have always got on Israel's nerves.
Right.
So we get it. We get it.
on y'all nerves.
We get on y'all nerves, but that's all right. That's all right. Because the prophets are going to be appreciated when it actually comes to pass. You'll be like, oh, damn. Or either you're going to be like, I should have hearkened, or you're going to already have it in your mind and know what to do. Because they've been putting it in your mind repetitiously, all right, for it to come. So when it comes, you're going to have comfort, while everybody else is like, oh, shit. Oh, I don't know. Oh, here. I got to do what I got to do, man. But they ain't going to have no faith. They're not going to be rooted. Wisdom and knowledge ain't going to, guide their decision making. It's a lot. Right? Go ahead.
Ezekiel 11:3, which say, It is not near. Let us build houses.
Right.
This city is the cauldron, and we be the flesh.
Right. We finna marinate in the pot of Babylon, nigga. Get the hell up out of here. They ain't finna destroy this temple. Okay. So Jake was just like, we, because the cauldron is a pot, nigga. We in the stew of Babylon, man. We here.
Yeah.
We just gonna do our thing, nigga. Cursing them out. I'm gonna do me. Go ahead.
Verse 4, therefore prophesy against them, prophesy, O son of man.
Prophesy against them. That's what Ezekiel, which Ezekiel is symbolic of the prophets. He's the one who preached to the dry bones. That's symbolic of the prophets that will be raised up.
See, make your head hard against their forehead.
Right, make your head, yeah. Say something to them.
Yep.
Meaning they have these plans and they're boasting in these things. Everybody's listening to them. You go say something about it.
Right.
That's what Ezekiel was told to do right here. But when Israel sees this aspect of it, it's hate. It's jealous, like y'all jealous. What are we jealous of? We can easily take what we've learned and go ball out.
Right.
I know I can. I can make it pretty. I can make it cute music. I can get a few big girls and put them in all white, pretty faces. And, have a model section. I can do all of that. Fashion shows. I can put all of that on. Okay?
But it's cute.
It's cute. We can take what we've learned and make money.
Yeah.
But it ain't about that. Because we fear the Lord above all things, man. We know that we can be held accountable for what we do with this word, man. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 11:5, and the Spirit of the Lord fell upon me and said unto me,
It won't be big girls, but you know what I'm saying. A few of them will be in the congregation. Go ahead.
Ezekiel 11:5, and the Spirit of the Lord fell upon me and said unto me, speak, thus said the Lord. Thus have ye said, O house of Israel, for I know the things that come into your mind, every one of them.
Right.
Ye have multiplied your slain in this city.
And that's what Jake is doing. You're multiplying the slain. You're preparing a table for that truth, man. Esau is going to have his way with the mass majority of you people who know you're Israelites, man. And these leaders are setting you up. You're on the books. Your social security numbers and all of these things are in a database, all right, with your particular organization, okay? And your leader is not warning you to separate. Your leaders told you to take the juice. We ain't gonna forget about that. Why ain't that a big uproar? You would think that would be more of an outcry that Israel literally told, your leaders told you, all right, to trust Creepy Joe. Tripping.
They folded that hand.
Tripping. In 2020, what they say? You gotta do what you gotta do, man.
They switched up. They ain't stand on
Then
it.
Tazariak took his big ass side of the TV to say, I'm doing it so y'all won't be scared. What? So you mean to tell me you went and took your big ass to a juice station with fringes on and got the Shazam? Like you standing in line, all right,
Car line.
to get the juice.
Sitting in there, goddamn.
With fringes on. All of this stuff that y'all do be with the fringes on.
Shoulder pads out there.
Shouldn't you, sometime at point, look at the fringes and be like, yeah, big ass boots on, all black, looking like Shona, standing in the line to get the jab, man. Took the armband off. Right here. What is that?
Horrible.
And look at the confusion that thing brought. That jab has brought a lot of confusion. Right. Then you take your big ass home and eat chicken with that little ass, with that little circle, that little circle. Yeah, look at the butterfly band-aid.
Yeah, that nigga a lollipop.
Yeah.
Tootsie Roll.
That don't make no sense. You a grown ass man telling Israel, and now the IUIC said to do it, but then after the bishop got sick, they did change their stance. So I don't know if I don't know if that's what, I don't know. But we did notice after he got sick, they was like, nah, don't do that shit. So, but at least they said don't do, but close to 30 people died.
You ain't seen Yohana since. He made his statement and disappeared.
Right.
He probably somewhere talking shit.
Right. Get that Ezekiel.
But it's interesting after that in Ezekiel 11 chapter, when you go to the 12th chapter, it talks about hey, don't say it's going to be prolonged anymore.
Right.
Say that, watch your back, bro. You know, just saying that time, saying that time. Right, everything.
Chill out. Chill.
Good?
Chill. We read.
It was saying in
Let's go up the street. Let's go.
It was saying in Ezekiel the
It's all
12th.
good. Have a good
here.
Okay, you can listen, but don't walk up on it.
Okay, it's okay. In Ezekiel the 12th chapter, it says those days are not going to be prolonged anymore. Okay. Yeah, Ezekiel chapter 12 and verse 24 or something like that.
It's like 25. I think.
Yeah.
This is Ezekiel 12 and Salaki.
What's that?
25. Ezekiel 12 and 25. For I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I will speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged.
It shall be no more prolonged, man.
But we talk about that vain flattery that they were saying in their mouth above that. 24. No more. What's this thing? Proverb you hear in the mouth?
Right.
I think
Oh, it's
okay.
Read there about
All right, this is Ezekiel 12 and 22. Son of man, what is that proverb that ye have heard in the land of Israel, saying, the days are prolonged, and every vision faileth?
Uh-huh. And now they talked about being in that cauldron and wanting to basically establish a kingdom in the midst of Babylon. It's something that we know prophetically is going to fail. So all your hope is here and not in what's yet to come. Okay, go ahead, champ.
Verse 23, tell them, therefore, thus saith the Lord power, I will make this proverb to cease,
Uh-huh.
and they shall no more use it as a proverb in Israel.
You ain't going to be acting like that no more.
Ain't no
Right.
like no chill.
Body bags. Right? That dumbass breakdown. Go ahead.
Shake that.
But say unto them, the days are at hand, and the effect of every vision.
Right, and that's what we're seeing. We're seeing a digital currency come on the rise. We're seeing them more consistently talk about wanting to put something in you that's integrated with that. All right? This is what's prevalent. This is what's coming. Go ahead.
Verse 24, for there shall be no more any vain vision,
It's not going to be an empty vision. It's going to be seen. Go ahead.
nor flattering divination
Uh-huh.
within the house of Israel.
Uh-huh.
If I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass.
That's right. Go ahead.
It shall no more be prolonged.
It's not going to be prolonged, man. And so we start to see these prophecies, like we always say, jump off the page, and it can come into real life like Jumanji.
Right.
All right, and speaking shall not lie, man. Okay, and that's why your congregations are being questioned over there at the other One West branch off schools. You're being questioned. Okay, and what you're coming up with don't make sense for anybody that got a couple of brain cells swirling around with some spirit. People are going, well, it really don't make sense. I'm comfortable here. I like you, Nate. This is a really nice garment.
Right.
We got, you know, but that don't make sense. Okay?
Clearly, I mean, I'm seeing, because they watching.
Right.
Oh, yeah, I happen to look at my page, and I didn't know you can look and see. It says basically users who watch your page also watch. And a lot of it was IUIC.
Absolutely.
I was like, oh, damn. So they're watching.
Yeah, absolutely.
And he getting tired of that
one
shit.
video. I was watching one video, Bishop, and they said that because you on the market or you on the horse, they trying to distract. Man, bitch, shut up.
Man, he need to stop for real.
I know you said they bonds, but so what? What about that though? In the scripture, can you break
Right.
that down? They gonna just stop.
Exactly.
They ain't gonna
Is
be
the
worried
chip
about
a
that
part
no
of
more.
it?
No,
Right.
nigga, get out of here.
Like, damn. You kicked out in front of your woman.
She stay, but
Yeah,
I don't know why you with him.
It ain't no light in that. It ain't no light in that breakdown.
Keep going.
Ezekiel 12 and 25, for I am the Lord, I will speak, and the word that I shall speak shall come to pass. It shall be no more prolonged, for in your days, O rebellious house, will I say the word, and will perform it, said the Lord power.
Right, so hey, we gonna see, man. Be cute, but we gonna see. We gonna find out, man. All right. And all that tough talk and marching up and down the street, we gonna see if you about that life for real.
Right.
Esau gonna see if you about that life too. Okay.
Some more in there?
Yes, I'll read 26 and 27. It says, Ezekiel 12 and 26. Again, the word of the Lord came to me, saying, Son of man, behold, they of the house of Israel say, the vision that he seeth is for many days to come.
Man, that's for many days to come. The kingdom ain't coming. Yahushua ain't coming. Y'all been saying that. That's what a lot of Israelites, they don't really think like, their faith ain't like for the hope. Because the Lord, if he wanted to, this could, he could bring it in another generation. All right? But what legacy are you going to leave behind, man?
Right. That's the key.
You see? And ultimately, this got to be it. Like, why did the Lord wake us all up in this amount of time to put a name on it? Pushed about the four corners of the earth for this not to be the end. And if this ain't true, like if this ain't the end, we through. Go ahead.
It says the vision that he seeth is for many days to come, and he prophesied of the times that are far off.
Right.
Yeah, but they don't hasten the vision, man. They don't have any sense of urgency for prophecy to come to pass, man.
Right.
You know?
So what the Lord does is he actually brings the prophecy to pass to where Jake don't have no choice but to be like, oh shit, because here,
Right.
okay, John the Revelator saw them try to establish their name in the earth. At the time of the Tower of Babel, what did they say? Let us make a name for ourselves.
Right.
What did it say? The mark, which is associated with the number in his name. They're trying to they're trying to put their name on the Heavenly Father's creation. They're trying to put their mark on the Heavenly Father's creation, man. So, as a follower of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, in Revelation the 14th chapter, you would have a song against everything they're doing.
Right.
You're not gonna hold back on certain. No, I ain't gonna say nothing about that. You should, even if you don't believe the mark is the chip, you should have something to say about the technology.
Right.
And because what are they saying? Yeah, it goes against the law, first of all, but what are they saying? Through this, we can make the lame to walk, the blind to see. Through this, we can bring eternal life. So what they're doing is setting up a pseudo-Messiah. Huh? Right. That we're going to heal the world through our miracles, through our technology. So that in itself should at least make you say, this is wicked. But for some reason, certain leaders are just like, it don't exist.
Right. It's absurd.
You don't have to worry about it. It's not no damn micro. It's like, wait a minute. So certain believers are like, for so long, they're like, it's only so long you're going to be able to push the rape pedo thing before the elect are going to see what's what and be like, oh, nigga, yeah.
As soon as they leave class, everything they see is geared towards what they saying it's not.
Right.
So they like, that's what I'm saying. You can't, bro. You can't not see it, bro.
Right.
You know.
Right.
Even I'm saying whether you believe it or not, you see
They're
it.
willingly ignorant.
Yeah.
Revelation 13 is happening in our so-called lifetime, man.
Right here.
Somebody got to hold that.
That's
bag.
what they have to acknowledge. That's what they fail to acknowledge. It's actually happening in our lifetime,
We're
man.
gonna keep talking about it.
That's
So
right.
what? Nah, boo boo.
Right. We ain't going to stop.
I'm telling you, every time you say some crazy shit, we gonna say what it is. Lord willing.
Second Peter 3. Second Peter 3:3. Knowing this first, that there shall come in the last days scoffers, walking after their own lusts.
That's what I'm saying. If we not living this right now, like, come on now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Even if y'all saying we're the scoffer, it's still the last days, nigga. Go ahead.
And saying, where is the promise of his coming? For since the fathers fell asleep, all things continue as they were from the beginning of the creation. For this they are willingly ignorant of that by the word of the Most High.
Right. And you should clearly be able to feel in your spirit as an Israelite something ain't right. This is a different earth. This is different from when we grew up. This is different. The vibration, even from 2007 till now, something is wrong. It's off, man. This is the anti-Messiah. We're living in an anti-Messiah, which is a Mashiach, the Messiah, Yahushua, anti-Messiah. We're living in an anti-Messiah system. So you should be vexed.
Yep. And all the generations before us were correct. It is getting worse.
Right.
And it's getting worse since the time we were born. The generations are getting weaker and weaker.
Right.
And the societies are becoming more degenerate.
Right.
Okay?
Good behavior. Right. That by the word of the Most High, the heavens were of old, and the earth standing out of the water and in the water, whereby the world that then was, being overflowed with water, perished.
Like you said, the flood was here, led to the world perishing. But now what? Go ahead.
But the heavens and the earth, which are now by the same word, are kept in store, reserved unto fire against the day of judgment,
Right.
and perdition of ungodly men.
Right, so we have a sequence of events being prepared, that have been prepared, that are happening, right? That is going to lead into ultimate destruction. And a part of those sequences of events we read about in Revelation 13, Revelation 14. It's called the MOTB. You can't say the whole term, but now that's being flagged. All right? But it's a system that's set up by the beast that's meant to track, trace, and control both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to be able to buy and sell.
Right. And it is gonna be based upon saving peace and safety, basically.
Right. Which is another critical error. So you know what? Finish your thought.
No.
I had a thought
Because
my mind.
it's basically they're saying that we have to get a cap on how much carbon, you know, how much people consume and how much this. So the tracking system is going to be literally based upon saving the earth too.
Well, there's going to be regulations written into the code that allow you to go only so far. Okay. Now, but the buying and selling aspect of that scripture is something that is a snare to IUIC. They cannot explain it and keep the whole political and religious sin narrative. Okay? It doesn't flow and make sense. If you got two cells floating around up in that peanut brain with a little bit of spirit with it, you're gonna say, wait a minute. That's stupid. That's dumb. If you actually think it a little bit, you'll look up at Nate and say, you know, I like you, man. The course was cool. Love this outfit. That's dumb. The religious, the political selling aspect and the buying and selling, you just have to switch up and start talking about they're going to come and people preaching. No, it says all, it calls it all, man. This is a world system. This is an international system that they're setting forth out there, man. It's going to affect all markets. That's rulership. Rulership comes with control. They want to control everything.
Right. Not just bits and pieces.
All right. They want to make a whole digital hegemon. Okay.
Right.
Revelation 3:10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world.
Which shall come upon all the world, man. It's not going to just be brothers that's out there preaching. Everybody's going to be subject to the system that's being pushed out.
Right, because they say the nuclear destruction is the hour of temptation. That's not temptation.
That's destruction.
That's destruction.
That's what I'm saying. The destruction song, yeah, the destruction.
What should I do? What should I do, nigga? I'm gonna get blown up or get picked up.
Right, right.
And when you look up that word all, it's pots. It's talking about individuals. Each person.
Because remember, small nations and rich nations.
Remember that?
That didn't work.
Yeah.
Because what's in nations? Individuals. That no man might buy or sell.
Yep.
All.
Yeah.
Those small nations.
Come on, man. Yeah.
Now the embargo, like, what about me? Well, the embargo ain't even a part of the breakdown.
No, that's how it should be. Can't say that.
No, they said that too.
666 white men.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. No, that's what I'm saying.
666 is the destruction. Anyway.
No. True. Go ahead.
Which shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth.
See that?
That's what I'm saying. People. Don't say nations are made up of people, bro. Like,
Right.
come on now.
So these damnable heresies that's coming out from these groups is leading to them basically wanting to come against us. They mad at us because you can't answer your congregation's questions.
Right.
And they looking at you like, that's dumb.
Yep, the elect. Because we believe there's elect.
I just can't see it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When the Lord come back, he ain't coming back for one specific camp. He's coming back for the elect.
Right.
But we believe through faith that the apostles and elders of Great Millstone have the correct 100% doctrine. Man. Starting with the apostles and elders, the bishops on down. Everything, when we came in, we saw, that's the thing, when we came in, me and this brother, Nate was out there.
That's right. The turtleneck.
With the turtleneck on, a microphone, and he was kind of saying a name and here and there, but
Yeah.
eventually it just kind of went away.
He went corporate.
Johanna, you know, he kind of would pop his head in like that uncle that you never see. He'll
Right.
pop his head in every
Yeah.
2 or 3 years,
You know.
cursing out the white man. Okay, Zabak was always there. You got to give him that credit. He was always out
He
there.
knows.
So the thing is this: we've saw and heard in everybody's doctrine and gospel and reasoning, and the one that stuck to us and that made the most sense and that is conducive to the reality we live.
Right, when you sat down, I want to add on to it. When you sat down, you studied the scriptures, you criticized it.
Right.
You all right? You looked up the words. Yes, we looked up the Hebrew and the Greek.
Right.
We challenged it. They said you look it up for yourself. You wasn't ridiculed for actually studying for yourself and having a question. All right. And once you went through the process, you're like, okay, wow, okay, boom, boom, boom. Look at these things. Okay.
Fully persuaded in our own mind.
That's right.
Through the Spirit, we've learned things in the scriptures that the apostles didn't teach us. You know what I'm saying? But we still have those conversations and ask those questions for confirmation.
Right, because sometimes the Lord may open, you know, we ain't in slavery. See, that's the one thing the apostles have allowed us to use our talents. So, you know, something will be opened up, but we always run it up the ladder, you know, to make sure and through the Spirit, man. That's right. But when you look at these guys, just as one speaker and everybody else just kind of sitting around. Nah, man, if you come into this thing, you were brought up to be a leader, man.
Everybody has a gift to use.
Right. Everybody has a gift, man.
Everybody watching should have a page.
Right. That will really take this place down, right? But Jake don't think like that. Anyway, money.
I got that one that you call for simplicity.
Yep. I mean, yeah. Get that. And then get the word simplicity.
This is in 2 Corinthians 11:3. It says, "But I fear lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety."
Now start up at the verse 2.
2 Corinthians 11:2.
Right.
"For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy."
Now who is Paul talking to? The church. The church of Corinth. And look what he's telling them. Look, I'm jealous over you with godly jealousy. He put himself in the place of the Lord. Like I got to keep you in line as the woman. Keep going. Read it again.
It says 2 Corinthians 11:2. "For I am jealous over you with godly jealousy.
Right.
For I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Yahweh Shah HaMashiach."
So it's the job of the prophets, the teachers, to keep the woman in line.
Right.
See? It's the duty of the prophets to keep you in line with your husband. Right. The serpent, yeah. So he's saying, look, I'm jealous over you with godly jealousy, for you've been espoused, because we're in a grace period. Right. We haven't entered into the marriage. You've been espoused to your husband, the Most High God, Yahweh, through Yahweh Shai. You engage. So with that, through this grace period, you got to bathe in the oils. You got to get yourself prepared for the coming of Yahweh Shai. So it's the duty of the men of the Lord to keep the mind of the elect, because sheep are simple. As beautiful as sheep are, they're bad. They'll just walk somewhere, and you'll look up, it's in a damn river somewhere for the drown. But what would the shepherd do? He go get, the good shepherd will go get them. That's right. You see? And it's our job to do that. When Jake goes astray, we got to look, man. But Jake It's simple, man. A lot of you Israelites are simple as hell. You'll hear this, and then 2 days later, you'll be like, but hey, man, he knew, man. I do like the way them brothers, they all matching. Shirt, you know, that's power. That's power, man. I do, you know. It ain't nothing. If you want to match. Okay, we don't give a damn about that. You got a nice garment, that don't make you wicked, but the bottom line is your mindset towards the real where we are.
I never would have found my wife if it wasn't for their church.
Right.
That's cool. That's cool. But the doctrine is off. You're wrong.
Right.
The breakdown is stupid. It's not right.
It's not right.
It's incorrect.
Yep. And a lot of Israelites are gonna be just like that juice. It's gonna be the same thing all over
Yeah,
again.
man, you can't trick me because you're cute.
Right.
I was saying, how many times has the doctrine been wrong and been corrected?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Going back to Cornelius and all these different things.
Right.
You see, when the understanding come, it come.
Right.
You know, well, look, just teach it right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, the correct doctrine is gonna come out. Who's teaching it remains to be seen. You know?
Right. Read that again.
Okay. This is 2 Corinthians 11:2. For I'm jealous over you with godly jealousy, for I have espoused you to one husband, that I may present you as a chaste virgin to Hamashiach Yahushua. But I fear, lest by any means, as the serpent beguiled Eve through his subtlety, so your mind should be corrupted from the simplicity that is in Hamashiach Yahushua.
It's a very simple thing. I mean, the Charagma is really simple. It's simple to understand. But what was happening back then, Jake would be led astray by anybody come up. Man, Jake,
This.
right.
You know, I'm trying to tell me it's not, thou shalt not surely die.
Right.
Just like when I got it. The word there for simplicity, the brother's reading, is Strong's G 572, haplotes. And it says singleness, simplicity, sincerity, mental honesty. Right? And Eve was in a state of mental honesty, but the subtlety of the serpent came and confused her mind from the simplicity of what she was supposed to do. Don't eat that.
Right.
Very simple. Right?
Touch it, don't eat it.
Don't touch, don't mess with it. When we're reading this in Revelation, the 13th chapter, about this MOTV, you break it down, you go through it, it's not really, wanting to try to make it political sin, and no. It's not that. There's something that they want to implement that they're going to cause everybody in the world to get, so that they can either buy or sell, or they won't be able to if they don't have it. And if you don't have it, you're marked against that system.
Right. Because if you keeping the law, you're not gonna do it.
Right.
And that's what Jake fails to because Jake don't take that shit, bro. Jake is highly simple, bro.
Yes.
Like the slightest movement in Jake's life to where they don't have accidents or something, they lose all faith, man.
Yeah.
It's just like during the time of the Maccabees, man, when they was forcing pork on everybody. You know, the majority of Jake, it was a remnant that didn't fall for that, man. You see? But that's what I'm saying. You had to pledge your allegiance to the heathen. You had to eat pork. You see? We got a new pork now. You know? And the scriptures plainly draw it out. You see? Between what's written in the scriptures and between what you see standing upon your watch is evident. You know? But then during the time of Maccabees, you also had sellouts. You know? Coons.
Because if you leave a gray area for Israel, they gonna run with it, bro.
Oh, yeah.
You gotta put with these people, you must put definites. What is? Don't yay, nay.
Right. No, great.
Because you notice they don't really give a hard stance against it. It's just kind of like, don't follow his religion, don't bow to white Jesus, don't do none of this here. But the chip, nigga, GMS, shut up.
Yeah. Scared of being wrong.
What's up with that though? For real, what's up with that?
Right.
Go ahead.
Right. The virtue of one who is free from pretense, being fake, and hypocrisy, not self-seeking, openness of heart manifesting itself by generosity.
And when you go into that root, it says whole.
Yep, that's why.
When you go into whole, that means having integrity.
That's right.
You know,
That's right.
integral.
Yep, that's exactly right. Exactly right. We want to maintain our integrity or our simplicity in Yahushua HaMashiach, in this truth, in this doctrine, in this way. So anything that's coming up against that is going to be spoken out against.
Get
Okay?
that casting down imaginations.
2 Corinthians 10.
And what would the man of sin do? He would oppose and exalt himself above all that is called the Most High or that is worshipped. He's setting himself up as a god in the earth, man. They're not hiding it anymore either.
2 Corinthians 10 and 4, for the weapons of our warfare are not carnal.
Right. Even though they're going to try to present it as us as carnal, that's not our fight. We're not out here to beat the white man ass. We're not out here trying to take down the NWO by force. We know we would lose that battle. Where we win is through repentance and through casting down all of the things that exalt themselves against the truth. Go ahead.
But mighty through the Most High to the pulling down of strongholds, casting down imaginations.
Right. It's not the technology is stronghold in this earth.
Right.
And we're in the belly of the beast. We operate on cell phones. Don't you know cell phones were first used by the military to give to their enemies? They set up these particular groups where they use spies and agents to cell phones so that they can spy on us. So we already through. We need the Lord, man. Your whole who you are is on your phone. Your secrets, every goddamn thing. He set it up that way to where ultimately if the Lord don't come and get us, and if what we're saying ain't true, we're going to be devoured, man.
Right.
Go ahead.
Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High.
Now, you telling me that this wicked this system that's being set up is not boasting itself up against the knowledge of the Most High? And it's just the central bank digital currency that's a problem? No, all of it is a problem. All of it is to give them God-like capabilities. If you could control, all right, the currency and what deems it eligible for you to be able to buy and sell, then you can control the people. One of those rich elite Edomites said it. You control the money, you control the people. So if they're able to make it digital, then people who cut hair, people who do side jobs, how you gonna get paid if we don't accept no other currency? We don't take 20s and 10s no more. We'll be able to tax everything. You ain't gonna be able to have a side hustle. The weed man through. All of y'all gonna be through. So, Jake, if you ain't rooted, and okay, let's say you do play around with the digital currency for about a year. At some point, the devil ain't gonna stop there.
No, he gonna come get it all.
He ain't gonna stop there because it's gonna be a black market. It's gonna be this. It's gonna be that. People will still he's gonna start regulating more. He's not gonna stop.
Yep.
To where he wants your soul in his hand right here.
Yep. Because, but even if let's say you are into a decentralized crypto, which all of the currency is really, it's still pegged to the dollar in a way.
Yep.
But once that dollar is gone, what's up with that peg to create valuations on the currency? What are you gonna do? All of it's gonna come down to, are you in this truth, man? And the value that you're gonna have is gonna be amongst the brotherhood. The value that we get is gonna be amongst the body. We got truly in this thing. You know, that's why the Most High Spirit on us to assemble ourselves and gather for the last days, man. Okay? That's not like right for the brothers is there.
Nah, they know. Okay. The other ones we got a camp right there.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just see each brother.
Okay, I see it.
But it was a street preacher up there. Maybe he got knocked out by a bullet.
Hey man, somebody getting that street preacher ass on.
Oh, yeah?
Who couldn't even break down the scripture? I wanted to help him out.
Hey, Christianity's cool, man. That's another facet. Christianity's done.
Dragon.
Vocab like throwing the desperation punch. It's over, man. We address y'all to edify, but at the end of the day, y'all are through.
Yeah. Okay. That's another part of the imagination getting
Hands down. Right.
All of it, man. Okay. Read it again. This is 2 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 5. Casting down imaginations and every high thing that exalted itself against the knowledge of the Most High, and bringing into captivity every thought to the obedience of Hamashiach Yahushua.
Now the image of the beast is telling you to think like this, be like this, throw away this standard. If you don't have, you can do what you want. Free you from the bounds of righteousness. All over the world, the powers that be are setting up a system to where standards and order and all of the things that lead to a righteous life are being criminalized. So we're supposed to be hardcore against everything this devil do. That's why it's a sacrifice. That's why it's a straight gate. Okay? You couldn't get to the princess without going through What's that nigga named Bowser? Nigga look like Busta Rhymes. Yeah. King Koopa. You gotta go through that difficulty, man. And a lot of Jake is like, let's just,
It's gotta be an easier way.
It's gotta be an easier way.
You know? The GMS must endure 144K with Psalms 94:16. Who will rise up for me against the evildoers? And who will stand up for me against the workers of iniquity? All right, it's gonna get hard out here. So you have to have a mindset of endurance. You have to have the mindset of accepting chastisement, even as the Lord did. Okay.
This is Revelation 14 and 8, because we've been going into how these guys, not breaking down that deceiver. Revelation 14 and 8, and there followed another angel saying, Babylon is fallen, that great city, because she made all nations drink of the wine of the wrath of her fornication. And we understand that Babylon is not going to be healed, man. Babylon is fallen. It says in Jeremiah 51, flee out of the midst of Babylon. We need to be telling our people to take their mind and their spirit and their godly energy out of Babylon, man.
And there's nations that haven't drunk up there. There's nations that ain't linked up with the wine of wrath of fornication, but they still sinful nations. They still going off.
Right.
Okay.
And more importantly, in verse 9, here's the point, going into the judgment, if you take that sea up, man. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture.
It was a shooting.
So this is talking about the judgment for receiving that mark, man.
That's tied to the new song.
Right.
So that would be something that would be spoken.
Right.
This is a part of the new song that we're reading here. That's a part of literally what the prophets will be saying in these times.
That's right.
That's what they will be saying. If you bow to this devil in his image, Shalom, and you take his paragma, you're gonna be destroyed. So people are asking, why are we saying these things? Why we keep talking about these things? It was prophesied that it was gonna be talked about.
The line is being drawn in the sand. That's why you can't have a spirit of ambiguity, like gray areas, to where Jake can have a way to try to escape out the window on this thing, man. The Lord is calling for us to take a hard line stance on this, man. I'll read it again. Revelation 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture.
Bro, let's talk about something very specific.
Right.
Let's talk about something very specific. And all this gray area, cloudy. No, man. No. But I will say this: two-thirds of Israel is slated to die. You see, because they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave Babylon. They do want to stay here. You see. So when they talk about if it's a goddamn duck, it's a goddamn duck. Go ahead.
It says the wrath. I'm gonna finish on verse 10 in Revelation 14. The wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, righteous anger. Then it says, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb, man.
That's a mindset that will be spoken in the latter days. Why do you think John is seeing this after he saw Revelation 13? He's seeing the pushback against that system Esau's trying to establish.
Don't partake of it. And all this that they're trying to do. Right. Okay?
Read that.
All right, this is Proverbs chapter 24, verse 12. If thou sayest, behold, we knew it not, doth not he that pondereth the heart consider it?
Right, because the Lord is making it to where now you see it. Now it's been told unto you. Now it's been made manifested to you. If you pick and choose to act like you didn't hear it, read that in the NLT.
Something real fucking bad gonna happen.
This is Proverbs 24:12 in the NLT. Don't excuse yourself by saying, look, we didn't know.
We didn't know, Lord. We didn't know if the chip, I'm gonna say it ain't gonna work.
For God understands all hearts, and he sees you. He who guards your soul knows you knew. He will
man.
He will repay all people as their actions deserve. My child.
So when you get money, you forget about that. When you get the praises of men and people kissing your ass, and when they see you, they crying. It's sort of like, I'm good, nigga.
The one about, you mind if you read that again?
This is Proverbs chapter 24:12 in the NLT. It says, don't excuse yourself by saying, look, we didn't know. For the Most High understands all hearts, and he sees you. He who guards your soul knows you knew. He will repay all people as their actions deserve.
Now what's that other scripture? Wages of sin are death.
Right.
Can you get that scripture in NLT too? See, so hey man, that goes into that mole shit too.
Yeah.
The alphabet soup.
Right.
All you alphabet soup people, moles.
Right.
Hey man, you want to be on some mole shit? Alphabet soup, transgender, down low brothers, bisexual, all this other stupid stuff y'all doing out here, man. All that stupid shit you doing. And Jacob totally embraced that shit. That's black culture now. And you women too. All that lesbian shit, all this freaky weirdo shit you niggas is doing because Big Shirley told you it was cool, all that shit. But when the judgment come, hey man, like you ain't, hey man, I don't gotta say too much, man. He just ready.
Right. Yeah.
That's it, man.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a curtain call on your ass, man.
Yeah, judgment gotta come. Because the Lord sent the prophets out here to tell you what's wrong.
Yeah.
To tell you not to do these things. So you have no excuse. And that's why when they walk by Apostle, you were just saying that. Two moles just walked by. Now
Them
they
two motherfuckers,
They
right?
were holding hands, but they were like, when they came by us, they were like, let's at least stop
Them
down.
two niggas, right? Two big, tall niggas. See, but I'm gonna tell y'all something. I already know who they are. You can't tell me Big Shirley ain't their mothers. You can't fucking tell me. I just saw a bus pass. I was at the other camp over there with Bun Spud, and there was a bus, one of them party buses, and the bus was leaning to the side. I looked inside, there's a bunch of Big Shirleys in there. I swear I'm not making this up. You can't make this shit up. With cowboy hats on. They was all up in the bus. But you see, they more worried about that.
Right.
They more worried about being on some party bus. You big, man, let me just be cool. You big, you mutants. You more worried about being on some party bus downtown Dallas.
Right.
But they all got kids. Where their kids at?
Right.
And this is why you got that.
Right.
But see what he just read? That's right, you could be moles.
Right.
You, I'm talking to the camera. You so-called young black men, y'all like being moles, man?
Right.
Because that's black culture now.
That's the hit. They had the force.
See, back in the 70s, I remember black culture was cool.
Right.
When I was growing up,
Right.
you know, the Judites I was around, they had afros,
Right.
dashikis. I remember that.
Something with a man.
Yeah. I always tell the story, but even if you went to like a black person house,
Right.
when I was a kid in the late 70s, they had the beads. They had the incense burning, and they had them cool pictures of African type shit, or like remember Gemini? You had the Gemini, the black man with an afro kissing a black woman. You know, the incense, they had them funky psychedelic lights.
Yep.
You wouldn't even that shit was cool. That shit was cool.
I can dig that. I can fuck.
No, I fuck with that. Like, no, I remember being a little kid. My mother took me to her friend's house. You go in the house. I selected the beads. You know, the beads hanging. You walk in the house. You just look at the beads. Jake wore dashikis, afros. The black man was manly. The black woman was feminine and sexy. I can remember this. I'm old enough to remember this.
Right.
Okay? You dig? But now, it's something totally different.
The God of this world.
The God of this world.
Chapter 10 and 9.
We in Babylon. Remember one about we talked on the phone?
Yeah.
This is we know what Lot felt.
We felt, we had to see it.
We had to deal with this. We have to go.
We have to go through
We
this.
got to go through this shit. It's fucked up.
Yep.
But we got to go through
But
this.
it makes you appreciate righteousness. To go through what we're going through and to feel it. We had to taste it, feel it. Now we appreciate the order that Yahweh Shemel Shah said.
Cunt and righteousness. We long more for, we hate this world more. And you brothers, man, like, yo, bro, you got to be careful out this mother effer, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man, real talk. That's why in a way, I mean, we talk a lot of shit, man, but in a way, man, I got to retract some of the things I be saying, man. I be like, hey, man, some of you brothers, man, you got a woman to stick with the
Yeah. Hey, that's real.
real talk, man.
She down for you?
As long as she down for you.
If you got a cool situation that ain't toxic,
Yeah, if you got a cool, like, no, don't listen to everything I say, man. I be talking shit. You know, we all got a vent, man, but no, if it's needed, though, hell yeah.
it's toxic.
Man, but if you brothers, man, if you got an old lady, man, you done been with the bitch for a couple of years, man, and she down, they supposed to get on your nerves. That's a lie to you. Okay, you gonna catch hell.
She's coachable.
You're not the Bible woman. You shall have tribulation. The Apostle Paul said what?
Right.
You shall have tribulation in the flesh.
That's right.
So, bro, it ain't gonna be smooth with your old lady, man.
It's not supposed to be.
It ain't gonna be smooth. You're gonna have smooth moments. She gonna act stupid. You know, it is what it is, but that's the lot. That's our lot. That's allotted to us.
Right.
Because, and I'll explain why I'm saying this.
Part of the fall.
You going out here talking about single, ready to mingle, man. This ain't back in the 90s, man.
Right, yeah.
Now you don't know what you're dealing with. Because these mother effers, man, Esau, this devil. You got motherfucker, you meet a woman, you don't know if it's a woman. You know, the
And they
chin,
look literally like a woman.
bro, and they got them operations now, you would never know. So that's why now, if I deal with a woman that's messed up, I remember back 30 years ago,
Right.
you didn't want no chick with kids.
Right. You see a C-section scar, I'm in heaven now.
Okay, cool.
Right.
Yo, bro, I'm like this. When I meet a chick, now, I want pictures. You better have that photo album, man. Like, nah, I want to see you when you was like 12 years old with braces. You graduated from 6th grade. I want to know you was an actual chick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask to see your birth certificate.
Right. Right.
You understand how wicked this kingdom is, man?
They can get
But-
a new one of them.
Yeah, but that's why now, bro, I'm on some shit. But I always dealt with chick with kids. You know, I'm like, yo, I'll meet a chick. Yo, you got kids? You got kids? Yeah, okay, bet. Well, let me see them. I want them niggas better look like you too. Am I right around? Come on, read it.
This is Romans chapter 6, verse 23 in the NLT. It says, for the wages of sin is death, but the free gift of Yahweh is eternal life through Hamashiach Yahushua our Lord.
So all you wicked ass people out here, 'cause we know we got brothers listening to us on camera, but I know a lot of you scoffers and you wicked mother effers. You want to be a mole? You gonna die, man. Oh man, what did the Apostle Paul? Oh my goodness, Romans, what's that?
I got it.
What's that? Oh, read it,
Romans
please.
1.
Romans, the first chapter.
I got it. Yep.
You know what I want.
Yep. Romans chapter 1. I start at 21.
See, those could be dudes.
Yep.
Look like females, but they could be dudes.
Yep. They can get surgeries to trim down the Adam's apple. It's a demonic world.
But I think that's a woman right there.
Yeah, that's a woman. It says,
No, brother, you said it wrong. Oh, like a white woman.
Put an H in the front.
You GMS guys, y'all like dealing with white women. Go ahead, brother.
Romans 1 and 21. Because that when they knew God, they glorified him not as God. Neither were they thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish minds were darkened. And that's what we're witnessing. People don't have the ability to reason anymore. Like the Esau can say and push and do anything, and Jake again doesn't have an opinion. But a nigga in the NBA hold a gun, and Jake is sitting at the seat of morality. The alphabet agenda is at the forefront of their culture now. Jake is at the forefront of all of the perversions that Esau is pushing, and not one of these niggas is standing up and saying enough is enough. No.
Yeah. LeBron James ain't doing it. Well, matter of fact, well, the officer right now, they bigging up his woman now.
Oh, well, they telling her, you two in the background.
Yeah.
Cause she was like, basically, she was like, I want to take. She said, I want to take care of my husband and be a good mother and a wife. And they like, no, you need to be more out there. So now she's in a magazine, you know, saying basically she needs to show her. They telling her she needs to be on the reality shows and what the other hoes is doing.
And
She
every
was
time,
basically right.
even Hulk Hogan,
Right.
even when I said Hulk Hogan is a Jake, that proved Hulk Hogan is an Israelite.
Oh yeah.
Because as soon as remember Hulk Hogan, you never even fucking knew Hulk Hogan had a wife. You know, the rest of Hogan. You never even, I grew up with Hulk Hogan. I never even knew he had a wife.
Oh,
Okay, until they can't remember Hogan. No, he did the reality show, and that proved him and those are niggas. If you ever watched the show, those are niggas. And then shortly after that reality show, Hulk Hogan's wife left him.
Everything fell apart.
And his whole life fell apart. The bitch left him for a younger dude.
wow.
The daughter, she became a whore. The son was a fuck up nigga. He got locked up. He killed one of his friends and his whole shit fell apart. So you gonna tell me Hulk Hogan is under the damn sky? All that money and fame he had, that was the Superman of the 80s. But his whole life fell apart as soon as he got that reality show. That proved Hulk Hogan's a chick. Apostle God said it. That proved he's a nigga. Because that reality, every time you got a Jake and they get their wife. Remember Bobby Brown and Whitney Houston? They did that reality. That's like a demonic enchantment that Esau do to Jake. Reality show. Oh no, the show makes money. The ratings are big, but then it's a demon that come with it. Bobby Brown. Right after that, what happened? Him and Whitney was together. They still had. After that, Whitney Houston dropped dead. The daughter dropped dead.
It went downhill, right?
You see? So all you celebrity Jakes, all you celebrities out there, when they come at you with that, you want to do a reality, refuse it.
Yeah. That's what the heathen did. The heathen paraded their wives around and had them wearing all these provocative things for everybody to see. Queen.
It's Israelite groups with reality show aspirations and shit, man. Well, Sakari got one coming up. Nate Lim got one.
Good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Rakata Yahawashi and Yahushua. Sakari, I want you to go for it, brothers. You got my support. Do it. Because then I want you to be destroyed afterwards.
That's what's going to happen, man.
Go for it, brothers.
It says, because that when they knew the Most High, they glorified him not as God, neither were thankful, but became vain in their imaginations, and their foolish hearts were darkened.
Oh, well, you just talking about these different Israelite groups. That apply to them?
Yeah.
And Nate, you motherfucker, you.
Man.
Nate, you ain't no man of the Lord. I have no respect for you at all. You're the devil. And I know you watching, because you told me to my face, I watch everything y'all do. Fuck you, man. I got no more respect for you whatsoever. Okay? Fuck you, man. And if I ever happen to run into you again, don't come up to me, man. Don't come up to me. Okay? Don't fucking come up to me, man. And I speak for the other apostles, man. We ain't got nothing to say to you no more, man. Fuck you. Yahweh Shemi Havashai gonna deal with you, man. Alright? Don't come up to me, man. You better not come up to me, bro. Alright? And these brothers follow suit. Not because I told them, they see you, man. We've been telling these brothers about you for years. They've been watching you for years, man. They've been watching how you operate, man.
We saw him when we first came in.
God, man.
We see what's up, man. Right.
Okay, and then, oh, they just following what we tell them to do. These brothers been around, they've been watching your ass, man. Come on, nigga.
Yep.
Am I lying, brother?
Scripture say, make your forehead hard against his.
Literally, that's what we had said earlier, man. We're going to make our forehead hard against his, man. You're going to come and you're going to talk your shit.
Right. You know? Again, don't follow his religion. Don't follow none Esau got. But when it comes to that part, it's just some weird thing that Jake is just like,
So acting like a bitch ass nigga.
that's weird.
Yeah, whole ass nigga, man.
That's weird to me, man.
You know? And it's mad, you just mad because you can't answer.
Then he gonna show up at the Passover. I didn't even know about that, brother. Y'all put me onto that shit. He broke down. I said, you motherfucker, you. Who do you think you are, man? Even Yahweh Shai came on a donkey.
You
That
said
nigga
everything
came
that we said.
on a horse. with 2 Edomites.
He couldn't even ride it by himself.
Yeah, well, like I said, he should have called me on that. I could have told him how to ride the horse.
Esau in the temple. Esau was up in the
Esau was in the temple.
Yeah, at the Passover. At the Passover.
Oh, man.
Edomites?
Nobody in the conversation
Damn.
said, you know what, Bishop,
We shouldn't do this.
probably
going a little too far.
You're doing too much.
Let's do something else.
Yeah, you're doing too much. Nobody
Come
checking.
down from the ceiling or some shit.
Yeah, I could accept that.
I mean, they
Like-
had,
like my
to
man.
top the, they had to top the Chicago Bulls intro.
Oh, yeah.
They had to top that. So the only way you're gonna stop that is to get a horse.
I could have accepted that. Like my man from, I don't know, I'm a big wrestling fan. Remember WCW, Sting, remember the thing, he had the crow, he used to come down with the baseball bat from the ceiling. I could have accepted that,
Yeah,
Nate.
like, all right, Nate.
I could have accepted that.
Pull up in a limo, Tiffany. Pull up in a limo or some shit.
See, but that show you, pride goeth before a fall. The Lord about to dismantle that whole IUIC thing, man. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai gonna dismantle that whole thing. He gonna General Yohana, ISUPK, the Lord about to dismantle all that. Sakari, y'all about to get dismantled. All you wicked bootleg Israelite groups, y'all gonna get dismantled, man. See, y'all been calling for our downfall for years, right? Remember? GMS, remember Comfy. Remember Comfy said, he said that before you brothers came. They said we was gonna be done, right? Jermaine Grant, the artist formerly known as Jermaine Grant. He said that before we met you, brother. Yeah, y'all niggas Tahar, y'all ain't gonna be out there no more. Y'all gonna be through. Y'all niggas are done. They had the bullshit bootleg rap song.
Right.
How that song went? I'm trying to remember that Fat Joe, that nigga.
Yeah, that was-
we called him
That was when we was
Because
around.
basically it said
the guns, the butter, the Jew. I know, I think y'all don't know. Y'all brothers came around. Y'all came around that time. Remember they had that rap song, that corny, the guns, the butter. We wanted it all. The guns, the butter, the Jews. Remember that shit? Y'all know, yeah, you brothers around. Y'all was around. Yeah, you brothers. Yeah, right?
that's when we were still in that box wine spirit.
Yeah, in the box.
The sangria and shit. We didn't know.
Y'all remember that shit?
They told us, like, look,
Yeah.
y'all ain't gonna be out there next summer, we guarantee. Now you got Jake now said Apostle Tahar ain't gonna make it to the end of the year, they guarantee.
Yeah.
That's the same spirit, same spirit.
They said that. We done, we through, we ain't gonna be out here. GMS is through. They've been saying this to us for years. Whatever. But whatever happens, the truth is going to excel.
Right.
No matter what happens to us as men,
You still wrong.
y'all wrong. Hypothetically, that said the apostle, that said the Lord take all of us.
Right.
The truth goes on.
And right now, still whack.
Okay, we lost our head, man. Look, hey, we lost our head. We came in, when I came in the truth, I was thinking King Mashah, Harper Shariah, Yaquab was going to be here when Yahweh Shai came, but it didn't work out that way, right? Our elders and leaders, hey man, some of them have crossed on, but we're still here. We came into their labor, so we got to keep doing what we got to fucking do. So the same goal for y'all. No matter what or how the Lord going to do it.
Right.
That's why I always tell y'all, man, through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shah, be saying shit. Apostle Tahar said what he said, Apostle Kabal, Apostle Ramla, the elders and bishops. But, I be here amongst you brothers and shit, wherever I believe, brother. I might not always be around. So just listen to this, listen to, you know what I mean? I deal with that every day of my life, and I don't give a fuck. Whatever, man. You understand? What the fuck ever. Okay? Fuck fearing death, man.
Right.
There's no such thing as death, like Apostle Gabal always said, man.
Right.
Just remember the scriptures, man. Stick to the scriptures and just keep going hard, no matter what happens. You know what I mean? That's it. And keep praying to Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai. Pray. I said it the other camp over there. I said, yo, man, when you wake up in the morning, man, pray to the Lord. Whether I wake up in my own house or whether I wake up on a brother's couch, no matter where I'm at, I always, that's the first thing. As soon as my consciousness comes to me, and I wake up looking at the ceiling, hey, for water Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, for allowing me to wake up and see the water. You know what I mean?
Right.
The Bible says pray without ceasing. See, y'all see all the spirits that activate when we out here teaching the truth. And these are the people that's living on the street. And you see, it's mostly the black woman. a lot of the homeless black women. What did my man Kevin Samuel say? Where are you going to end up? On the streets. And Kevin Samuels prophesied. He said it. Look, you see these weirdo, bugged out black women on the streets. And I guarantee you, just a couple of years ago, these same black women, they was the ones, Instagram models. But look at these, they're on the streets, bugged the fuck out their mind. Didn't my man KS say it? He said it. Where they gonna end up? On the street, because they thought they was this shit. I ain't gonna bother no man. I want a man who's delusional, crazy. Now, look where they are, on the streets.
We got more that
And
happen.
judgment is only going to increase.
It's only gonna increase. But look at them. And these bitches are young. They're young too. Then I know all these are little young black chicks on the, she belongs to the streets.
Literally.
Through.
Through.
This, and I guess
But my man KS said it. He said it. They on the streets bugging the fuck out, losing it. Because they didn't want to humble themselves to a man. But it's only gonna get worse. Go ahead, you got something, Ariella?
yes, real quick, and we can roll. Matthew 24:13. But he that shall endure to the end, the same shall be saved.
Ooh, yeah.
It's about endurance. We got to fight, man. You know, we got more to come. You got more scoffers. You got these hating ass Israelite groups. They're going to do their little slander and propaganda. It ain't going to work. And all of you that want to follow them stupid, dumb breakdowns, go ahead. We really don't care. We're going to keep just breaking it down the way the Spirit is delineated to us from Yahweh Shemyawa Shah. So with that, man, we're going to say call halal.
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakakwadash.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone, much peace, love, and sanctification to you. I came after pushing glory. Yahweh Shemyawa Shah, sincerity and truth. Shalom.
Shalom.
Y'all didn't know we was in the second.